stretch is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Davis now. And his throw here is incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Eagles at 9-1 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Bernard, and he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. On 2nd down, Bernard, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 42 yards rushing so far. This is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. They'll keep it on the ground. Bernard, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On 2nd down now, Bernard, and he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. With me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of it.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop it just shy of the goal line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
To throw again on 2nd down. Davis, not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Bernard. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Bernard. And some room to work. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They'll run on first down. Bernard, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Letting one go deep for Roberts. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Davis. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Throwing again on 2nd down. Davis. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Davis. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 2nd and long. Davis trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. McPherson on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Davis. Pressure comes, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. To return is Roberts. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. 93 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Bernard, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Bernard, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards. And
oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here now Roberts. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now Davis throwing to start the drive. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll decide to keep this once more. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 45 on 2nd down, Davis. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. Looking to throw. Davis. And completes it again to Metcalf. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Davis now on 1st and 10. Wheaton's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down and goal. Davis forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Operating from the gun, Davis to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taking it about the 1. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
On 2nd down, Bernard. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Taken down at the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. McPherson on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Here's Davis throwing to start the drive. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Now, my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defense.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days. Now Davis fumbles it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Back to throw. Davis. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On second down now, Bernard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
Then on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball.